Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to talk about exercise and healing post-traumatic stress. And basically we're just going to go over the connection between physical activity and an individual's mental wellness. So we all know that there's traditional treatments like therapy and medication which are crucial. Research has shown that exercise can be a powerful addition in managing and healing post-traumatic stress. And I know because I did it myself. I still do it today. It helps a great deal. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy either. Just some normal exercise, get moving kind of thing. The science behind exercise and post-traumatic stress sort of talks about how, there's numerous physical and physiological benefits. And by engaging in some sort of physical activity, it stimulates the release of endorphins in your body, which are basically like natural mood lifters. They make you feel better. It also increases the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which both play a key role in regulating a person's mood. So for individuals with post-traumatic stress, you can clearly see how these effects can be particularly beneficial. So reducing anxiety and depression. I think we probably all know this, but one of the hallmark symptoms of post-traumatic stress is heightened levels of anxiety and depression. So regular exercise can help mitigate these symptoms basically by reducing your stress hormone levels, such as cortisol, and it also promotes relaxation. So, when you have anxiety, your body produces cortisol. It helps you with your fight or flight response, and then your body just doesn't naturally get rid of it. It stores it. So when you exercise, you help get rid of that. And then also, obviously, it's going to make you tired, so you'll be able to relax and sleep at night. And there's things that you can do, too, to get rid of the cortisol, like to take, like you can drink black tea and different things like that. I talk about that a lot in my third book, The Sword and the Anvil, Definitive Guide for Healing from Post-Traumatic Stress in Natural Healthy Ways. I have a whole section on diet and exercise and vitamins and minerals and all those things. So, as I was saying, that regular exercise helps mitigate these symptoms. So it's basically activities like, running, swimming, or cycling that can bring a sense of calm and help break this cycle that one can have of intrusive thoughts and hypervigilance, which are common with people that have post-traumatic stress. I was like that, and I had intrusive thoughts and hypervigilance constantly. I never could get rid of it until I started doing things like activities. Other things I did like cooking and gardening and things like that too were all great and sort of count as exercise. But even more so, they help break that cycle of the intrusive thoughts and hypervigilance, because you have to focus on something else other than those things for a little while. Obviously, the exercise, as I just previously mentioned, will help improve your sleep patterns. So post-traumatic stress often disrupts normal sleep patterns, which then leads to insomnia and or restless sleep. I know at the height of when I was dealing with it, I was probably getting maybe an hour or two of sleep a week, and you can imagine what I felt like. But again, once I started exercising, eating right, and doing all these things, it started to help. I literally started to sleep better. Physical activity has been proven to improve sleep quality by increasing the duration of deep sleep. It's helping your body to recover and heal. And deep sleep obviously is crucial for your emotional regulation and your cognitive function. So, if you're not sleeping very much, it messes with your brain. You don't think clearly, you forget things, you have trouble focusing, all those sorts of things. You don't talk right. I mean, it disrupts everything. Sleep is very important. Therefore, obviously a regular exercise routine can help an individual with post-traumatic stress achieve more restful and restorative sleep. And that's like one of the best things that one can do for themselves was exercise and then getting that really good sleep, especially that deep sleep. Let's talk about some types of exercises that are beneficial for post-traumatic stress. And like I said, any form of exercise can offer benefits, but there's some specific types that are particularly effective for managing the symptoms of post-traumatic stress. The first one is aerobic exercise, such as running, cycling, swimming, dancing. Those are all excellent for elevating your heart rate and releasing those endorphins that we talked about. These activities are also they're like really accessible and can be easily incorporated into a person's daily routine. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of gear and all these other things. You just put on your shoes and go out the door and take a run or go for a speed walk or something like that. The second one is mind-body exercises, and these are exercises that basically combine physical movement with mindfulness, and those are things such as like yoga and tai chi, and they can also be profoundly beneficial. And so these practices emphasize your breathing techniques and meditation and controlled movements. They sort of combine them all together, and that can help reduce stress and promote a sense of inner peace. I tried yoga for a little while. I don't really do it anymore, but it did work. It just wasn't my thing. But I still meditate and practice breathing techniques, especially during meditation. And that just works better for me, so I stuck with that. And it's be the same for anybody else who does it. You got to try different things, and then find one thing that works for you, or two, or whatever, and then stick to those. The last one is strength training, and those like things like weightlifting and resistance band workouts, those sorts of things. Not only do they improve an individual's physical strength, but it also will boost self-esteem and confidence, obviously, right? And this can be particularly empowering for individuals with post-traumatic stress because it helps an individual to regain some sense of control over their bodies and their lives. And when you have post-traumatic stress, you feel like you have no control over anything. It's everything in your life, including yourself, is just completely out of control, and you don't know what to do about it. And that isn't a good feeling, obviously. So the strength training can help you overcome that. So let's talk about creating an exercise routine. For those with post-traumatic stress, even people that don't have post-traumatic stress, starting routine, like an exercise routine, can feel a little overwhelming or daunting, right? So I just want to go over some tips to create a sustainable and enjoyable exercise program. Number one is just start slowly. If you start off doing too much, making it too complicated, it just gets overbearing, and you end up quitting. So just start slowly, and begin with something that's low intensity, and just sort of gradually increase the duration and the intensity of your exercise as your fitness improves. And don't worry about how long it takes. The important thing is that you're just doing it. And make sure you listen to your body, and just avoid pushing yourself too hard. And I'm guilty of that just as everybody else is, and I really try to focus on listening to what my body's telling me. When it tells me I'm tired, or it seems like it's a bit too much, I slow down or I stop. And I just increase things a little bit as I go. The next is to set realistic goals. So, setting achievable goals can provide a person with some motivation and a big sense of accomplishment. Whether it's you're just taking a short daily walk, or a yoga session, or whatever, celebrate your progress. That's important. If this is you're starting a walking regimen, first day you go out, you walk, you say, okay, I'm 10 minutes, I'm gonna come back. You go out and do 10 minutes, celebrate that 10 minutes. It doesn't matter how small or how big it is. You got to celebrate it, reward yourself. It's very important. And next, find enjoyable activities. So get out and do activities that you genuinely enjoy. It's going to make it easier to stick to your routine, and it's going to help you to look forward to your exercise and your exercise routine and all those sorts of things. Like, I enjoy cooking, I enjoy gardening, I enjoy camping, hiking, fishing, hunting, all this. So I go do all those things all the time. I enjoy walking. I'll go walk. On a day that I'm not very active or something, and I say I got a lot of office work to do or something, I'd make myself get up and I go for a walk for 30 minutes. And lastly, in that theme, seek support. What I mean by that is join a group class or find a workout buddy or something like that, because they can provide a person with social support and also encouragement, and it helps to motivate the individual as well. And it can also help reduce the feelings of isolation that someone with PTSD has. You feel very, very isolated, and this will help you sort of break out of that shell. So in conclusion, I just want to say, obviously, the journey to healing post-traumatic stress is multifaceted. Like I've said before in many of my videos or podcasts, it's like healing post-traumatic stress is like peeling an onion. You have to do it a layer at a time until you get to the core or the root of the problem. And so it involves various therapeutic approaches, but exercise is a powerful tool that can complement those traditional treatments. It offers a person physical, emotional, and psychological benefits like we just discussed. So by incorporating this regular, physical activity into your life, people with PTSD, obviously can improve their overall well-being, which is what we're all trying to do here in healing this anyhow. So, and it'll also help you manage these symptoms more effectively as you're going through the healing process. And it will help you to take significant steps towards your total recovery. And it did with me, and it worked. It was just one of the many things that I did and tried that I liked and I still do today. So, thank you for listening, and I hope you found that helpful. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share my videos with whomever you think may benefit from them. If you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comments down below. I always like to get those and I answer those. If you wish to contact me in a more discreet manner, you can go to my website, www.robertserockijr.com, and you can go to my contact page and contact me there. And I always answer those. You can also check out my website. There's all kinds of free information on there, and things about all of my work, radio interviews, TV interviews, newspaper interviews, all that stuff that I've done is all there for you to check out for your benefit. If you do wish to purchase any of my books, I have a store page where you can do that. If you're more comfortable buying them from Amazon or Barnes & Noble Nook, I have the links to both of those places there as well. So let's go out and have a great day, and I will talk to you next time.